Salutations everyone, this is Razor giving you guys a quick rundown of all the new information that was given to us last night at the Nintendo Switch event. There were some things that were leaked, some things we figured out, and some things that we speculated on that did come true, but there was also some surprises, so let's get right into it. As they were talking about all of the things that their previous consoles have innovated in and how all of this amalgamates into the Nintendo Switch, one of the features that was previously never touched on was vibration. So it is confirmed that the Joy-Cons will have vibration in them. The Nintendo Switch console in portable mode will have a battery life of between 2.5 and 6 hours, depending on the game that you're playing. Obviously, more intensive games means that it's going to have less battery life, but you can charge and play at the same time via the USB-C at the bottom of the console. It can support up to 8-player local wireless play, meaning you can have up to 8 Nintendo Switch consoles in a local wireless setting and play together. The console comes out on March 3rd with the price tag of $300 American. No word on euros, and will differ by your retailer and probably your country as well. There are clickable analog sticks on the Joy-Cons, and one would assume the rest of the Nintendo Switch controllers as well. So this marks, I believe, the first ever clickable analog sticks for a Nintendo controller, and it is available on the Joy-Con as well as, we can assume, because they want to keep everything streamlined, on all the other versions of the controller as well. Each of the Joy-Cons has an NFC reader on it for amiibo scanning, as we figured it would. And on the left Joy-Con is a screen cap button and also a video capture functionality within the same button as well. But that functionality will not be available at launch. That will come out later. Each Joy-Con has accelerometers, so you'll be able to use it much like a Wiimote of the past. And each of the Joy-Cons also has their own L and R buttons. Joy-Cons have color variations. They showed off neon blue and red. You can also get this in one of the versions of the console at launch. You can pre-order that right now. That's the version that I myself pre-ordered. You will also be getting within the console bundle Joy-Con straps, which allow you to strap it much like the Wiimotes, but you slide it onto each Joy-Con to make them a little bit bulkier and have bigger, more comfortable L and R buttons. Each Joy-Con has an IR sensor and has an HD rumble feature, which they used an analogy with ice cubes and water, which actually was, kind of easy to understand and rather impressive if it feels the way that they said that it would, but it all comes to what kind of functionality this is going to have with your gaming experience. When it comes to the games, they introduced quite a few new ones. 1-2 Switch. It is a made for parties, trying to get back into the spirit of what Wii Sports did for the Wii. It's Joy-Con mini games where you get 2 people, they each get a Joy-Con. You don't even need the screen per se, and you get to play a bunch of little games. So they said this is intended for parties as an icebreaker and as a social gathering kind of, you don't need to be a gamer to play this and have fun kind of a thing. And that will be launching on the same day, March 3rd. They announced a brand new first-party title, not something that Nintendo does very often, a brand new IP. With the Wii, we got Wii Fit. With the Wii U, we got Splatoon. Well, Splatoon's getting a sequel, and the Switch is getting its own new IP, and it's called ARMS. It's a very Japanese-looking boxing game utilizing both Joy-Cons, and they have very long, stretchy boxing gloves. You can do online play, you can do local play, as well as one would assume a single player, and this is getting a spring release. They also showed off Splatoon 2. It is not like the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, where it was the old game, but just with some new stuff. This is a full-on sequel. They showed off one of the new weapons, Splat Dooley's weapon, as well as they said that there's going to be a bunch of new special weapons, and this is going to be getting a summer release. They also showed off a trailer for Xenoblade 2. It's the third Xenoblade game, but alright, Japan, Xenoblade 2, it is. Fire Emblem Warriors was announced. We knew that Tecmo Koei was working on something for the Switch, and Fire Emblem was the obvious IP to go with there. So if you liked Hyrule Warriors or other, Dynasty Warriors or Gundam games that Tecmo Koei's worked on in the past, it's going to have Fire Emblem characters, and it should be fun. Dragon Quest 10 and 11 will be coming on the Nintendo Switch, as well as Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2. They also showed a quick little teaser of Shin Megami Tensei 5, and as well as a little teaser for Square Enix's new game, which this was the announcement for, Project Octopath Traveler, which looks like an RPG with also some high-res lighting and backgrounds, which seemed to be, to me personally, the coolest new game that was shown at this event. They showed that Skyrim is coming to the Switch, so we all get to play a 6-year-old game on a brand new console. Yay! No More Heroes is going to be getting a game on the Switch. Travis Touchdown is making a reappearance and is said to be heavily influenced by pro wrestling. Sega came out and said, hello, and then they left. They didn't talk about anything that they were working on with the console, even though we know Sonic Mania is going to be coming out on it. EA came out, said that they want more money, so here's FIFA 17 coming for the Switch after not supporting the Wii U whatsoever. The Pro Controller will be sold separately, and it's going to be coming at the pricey model of $70. So we would only hope that this Pro Controller will be bundled with the console, but of course, like the Wii and the Wii U, it'll be sold separately, but for the most expensive price tag thus far, $70. The Color Edition Joy-Con versions will be sold as well, so you can buy a set of Joy-Con controllers or individual ones if that's your choosing. You can buy a set of Joy-Con controllers for $80 or individual left or right Joy-Con controllers for $50. There's a Joy-Con charging grip that will be sold for $30, a Nintendo Switch dock set for $90, and a Joy-Con wheel set of 2 for $20. Super Mario Odyssey was showed off. It was the game that we saw in the October trailer. It's getting a holiday release, so nowhere near the launch window, so you're gonna have to wait a long time to play the new Mario game, which is gonna be an open world sandbox Mario game for the first time since Sunshine. And it's taking place in the real world as well as other places outside of the Mushroom Kingdom. They left off with a bang. Zelda Breath of the Wild will be released on launch day with full voice acting and will be coming out same day Wii U. So if you aren't going to get the Switch on day one, or if you wanted the version for Wii U, you will be able to get it on March 3rd as well. So that's really cool. They also showed a new Zelda amiibo and quite a lot of footage of that game as well. That's all the information that we learned from the event itself. They showed some screenshots and tiny bits of gameplay of other games, and we have official confirmation that the Binding of Isaac and Red Out will be coming out on the Switch. Minecraft will be coming out on the Switch, to nobody's surprise. Steep is getting a Switch port. Puyo Puyo Tetris will be coming out on the Switch, which I believe is the first iteration that will be available for Westerners to play this game. Rayman Legends will be coming out with all of the previous content, as well as some new surprise content for the Switch version. We know that Sonic Mania is also going to be coming out for the Switch, and Super Bomberman R, which out of all of these games, outside of Breath of the Wild and 1-2 Switch, sounds to be officially the only other game that will be coming out in March. All the others would say spring or summer, holiday for Mario Odyssey, or no release date at all. So this looks, as to be expected, a super duper weak launch day and launch window lineup for the Nintendo Switch, but a lot of things in the pipeline. They keep showing off all these developers that they say are working on games for the Switch. We can only hope that there's going to be a lot of them and they're going to be really good, and a decent amount of them to be console exclusive to the Switch. Another thing that they mentioned at the Nintendo Live event was that there is going to be an online paid service for the Nintendo Switch. You'll be able to have a free version of it for the first couple months, it sounds like, and in summer, it'll be a pay model to invite friends to play, set up appointments, chat with friends during online matches and compatible games. Also, you can do all that from your smart device. There will also be, much like with Games for Gold and PlayStation Plus, a free monthly game download. Subscribers will get to download and play an NES or Super NES game with the newly added online play for free for a month. There will also be exclusive special offers for subscribers that may include discounts on select digital games and content, much like what we see for Games for Gold as well as the PS Plus. So this is Nintendo's first paid subscription online model, and hopefully they'll be able to give us better support, a better user interface, as well as a better connection and all the things that we've loved at times when it does work on the other consoles out there. They also showed off the parental controls and how parents will be able to download an app to their cell phone to control and monitor how much their kids play. So that's all the new information on the Nintendo Switch that was revealed yesterday. There'll be some coming new things in the next couple days with Treehouse events, as well as the console be playable in 6 different cities across the US, as well as a few different cities in Europe and at Sydney for RTX Sydney. The Switch will be there to be playable as well. But it's not far away at all, less than 2 months away, $300 price model, not too shabby. I pre-ordered it, and hopefully it's good. It needs games. That is the number one thing. And hopefully it gets it.